Hello, good evening, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am once again broadcasting from an undisclosed location in northern Illinois. I hope you are all doing okay this evening. It's about 2 a.m. and I am playing Hexxit. Hexxit II, as a matter of fact, and I am attempting to breed some Chocobos here. These Chocobos, you can eventually, I think you can, unless they changed it since the 1.5 version, you can breed Chocobos up to a golden Chocobo, which will allow you to fly on their backs. And they've changed a bunch of things. They've changed a bunch of mechanics. The mod's quite a bit more deeper than it is, than it was in 1.5, just going to this 1.12 version. And I've been trying to get these guys to breed here. You gotta feed them these special nuts. And well, oh shit, I didn't intend to do that. But if you right click with the Chocopedia, well, you can see that this is a female, this is a female. I've been trying to get two females to give me a baby for the past, 20 minutes. Whoops. I don't know what else has changed since, I stripped all the bark off the eucalyptus wood that I've been using for my floor. I don't know how the Chocobo feather got in there. Let me take some of these fruits. I've got a special chest for them. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to try to go look for some more Chocobos. So you guys can see here I'm working on filling out my basement. I've made some progress with that. Been growing some stuff. I'm gonna have this filled out soon. I've been doing it sort of piecemeal. And I finally put a roof on my fucking house. So now, yeah, so now, at least the exterior of my house looks complete. I think I'll sleep. Yeah, I've been gets to see it from the chat. You can feed them certain foods to boost their stats. These Chocobos. And I guess I've also planted these apple tree saplings, and they haven't sprouted up yet. I don't know why that is. Why it's been taking them so long, but well, I guess I don't have to go very far to look for another Chocobo. I guess there's one right here. This one has 27 health points, and I realize I don't have anything to tame this sucker. So pardon me, fellas. I've got some waystones now. I don't believe I plan to upload this particular video, but I did go to the end, and I did defeat the end dragon, but that was kind of an absolute mess. So when I went to the end, usually you want to place a bed right next to the portal and set your spawn point there in case worst comes to worst. I didn't do that. I died about halfway through trying to kill the ender dragon, and I had to go all the way back from my house, as you guys can see, about 1,600 blocks away. That didn't take too long. This is a fucking female. Although its temperament is friendly and it seems as though it can sprint fairly fast, I might as well just take this one with me, because I think this one's got sort of better stats than everything else I have. Shit. Yeah, I might as well bring this one with me. I don't know what's happening in that cauldron. Come on, you son of a bitch, get in here. Oh, you bastard. Get back here. Is this thing automatically set to follow me? Now you can like just click on it with the Chocopedia, and I don't want these things following me. What the hell is going on in here? What's this particle effect? That beats me. Just keep looking, I guess. I need a male. I think I should probably try to get some horses too. I need to, gather some mobs. Now, now that I have a nicer computer, I can pack a shitload of mobs, domesticated mobs next to my house, and it won't fuck me over. Take some of the silver bell wood, just for shits and giggles. And I guess I kind of don't like these gravel ores sitting around the general vicinity of my domicile, so I can get those. And I just straight up need a lot of gold. I might want to make a regular supply of gold carrots. I should get those cotton because I'm trying to gather cotton seeds for for my underground farm. But I don't feel like going over there. I've got a good use for redstone now, I realize. On top of giving your tools haste, you can fill up this thing called the Tomb of the Alkahest. Super useful. So it can hold about what looks like about 10,000 bits of redstone, and you can use this to duplicate items at the cost of some of that redstone. In fact, you can look here. You can click U over this. I can duplicate diamonds, and I don't know how much charge this uses, and looks like it uses about 65 bits of redstone. So a little over, well, okay, like a full stack of redstone. So I mean, do you want an extra diamond for 64 redstone? I don't know. I probably wouldn't take that deal. I have no issues finding diamonds. The gunpowder, that uses about 8 redstone. You get 2 extra gunpowder. That's not half bad. You can duplicate obsidian. 4 obsidian for 8 bits of redstone. That's a damn good deal if you ask me. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned. This tomb of the Alkahest, it's a different crafting recipe from the original Hexxit, and some of the things I had would ordinarily be pretty hard to find, but I had already stumbled upon recently without really understanding what it was. But I just raiding dungeon chests, but I took it anyway. Out of prudence. Let's see, what did I need to make this? The witch's hat, the wither skulls, this Eye of the Storm. I had only ever seen one of those in a dungeon chest, and I took it not knowing what it was, and I haven't seen any other ones I guess they're drop by charge creepers, which, I mean, how often do you see those? But I had one. The witches hat, I don't know what the deal with those is. I think witches drop them catalyzing glands, these vaguely phallic-looking items. I get those, but the slime pearls, they're dropped by slimes, and getting a few of those proved to be a little bit difficult. There is a swamp not too far away from here. I was able to get what I needed from there. But these slime pearls, they have a number of other uses. You can use them to make these things called lily pads of fertility, which if you place them over water, which is fertilizing which is keeping your soil damp, they can make your crops grow super fast. They were in the original Hexxit, but they seem to work even better in Hexxit II. Although the difference being now is that they're quite a bit harder to craft. I mean, like in the original Hexxit, crafting those lily pads of fertility, they were a bit time consuming to craft. You had to craft a whole bunch of intermediate BS, but I mean, like as far as like the materials go, they weren't too expensive. Well, now they kind of are expensive. And I'm thinking about making a slime farm and a creeper farm, because I need both those catalyzing glands from the creepers, and I need also the slime pearls. But I wouldn't know how to go about finding a slime chunk in this version of the game. Although I've got these special hammers that you get from Tinker's Construct that allow you to clear out quite a bit of area. And I'm kind of like lost with where I am. A meteor has fallen. Was this in the general vicinity? Oh, okay. A bit north of here. Was that the meteor that just fell, or was that one that had been there? A few meteors have fallen recently. Okay, that might have been there for a while. I don't think. See if I can throw away some junk. I don't know if I have anything I want to like straight up throw away. I guess the seeds. Yeah, I don't need the cotton at the moment. Krecknerite, right? Yes, Krecknerite chips. I need those like yesterday. And Freezerite too. What is this? Meteorite ingot. Okay, not bad. I'll take that. It's like a mixed bag of freezerite and meteorite. Okay, let me throw some of this stuff in my chest. You have to work kind of quickly. I think some of these will just end up going away. Shit. One landed right in the lava. I think that'll do it for me. Back to finding these chocobos. My brother really hates the chocobos. I mean, my brother, used to like play along with me, and I don't know, because they make these kind of like really frequent, obnoxious, loud noises, and I think my brother, like he called them choco bitches. Rather juvenile, but you have to understand that we were both in high school. I don't know. I don't really like the the amount of noise they might make either. But I think they're too useful to ignore. This is like one of these. It's a raccoon. And that gave me a fur pelt. I've seen a few of these raccoons around, but I never tried to interfere with them. There's some cows for future reference. I might try to farm some cows. Where the hell am I? Did I really travel that far all the way up to this swamp? I didn't. It feels like I haven't gone that far. With I guess with it being a half moon, I might as well try to go get some slimes. More slime pearls. I don't think I'll ever have enough of them. Put some of this shit away. Clams. So I was here a little while ago, and something just like came after me, just like attacking the ever living shit out of me, and then like used up a totem of undying, and I still don't know what it is, what it was that was like attacking me. This sword's got looting 3 on it, and I want to get those catalyzing glands from the creepers. I've got uses for those now. I was like even like throwing some of them out of my inventory for space a while back. I realized I kind of don't want to do that. And only here do I find like another chocobo. Oh fuck! I didn't mean to do that. This is like a right click. It like charges up. Yeah, help this guy out here. This is a male. Okay, noted. But I think I might want to continue searching around for slimes while I still have the chance. Ooh, that was tight. One hit of that sucker. What was that? Their heart piece, can't complain. $15 more seconds of poison. What the fuck? It's absurd. Okay, there we go. And no slime pearl, but a little bit of slime balls. Haven't been having issues getting slime balls. But... So some of you might be watching, you might see some of these like slime islands, like that slime island over there. You're wondering, well, why don't you go over there? You got a few of those by your house. Why don't you get those slimes? Like the blue slimes that spawn up there, they don't seem to drop slime pearls. And I've killed like a bunch of them and haven't gotten any. At least I'm like fairly sure. Fairly sure they don't. Oh, here we go. This bastard. It's a grape slime. And there, I got 4 slime pearls. Fuck. The fucker had me riding on top of him. Using up a lot of shit. Chatting over here. 5 slime pearls is it's not half bad. I guess like what can I do with these? Well, I can make this lantern of paranoia, and it like places torches in all the right places around your house. Sort of automatically. These coins of fortunes are sort of nice to have this automatic magnetization when you activate them. Those were nice because you could toggle whether or not they were active. Versus like, I don't know, if you had magnetization on your armor, then well, if you got tired of like a bunch of like items just like swarming over you all the time, then you would have to take your armor off, and that's kind of lame. Now I've got to lead these bastards, well, this bastard back with me. Okay. This one's stubborn, apparently. That's okay when I start to breed more of them and more of them and more of them. I need those cotton seeds. This could take a while. I've got a long way to walk here. Might as well pause the recording. Oh, fuck me. So I found out that I could drag this thing along with me in the water, and it's even with me going like as fast as possible, this thing still trails right behind me. It's another meteorite impact off to the right there. I've already gotten to that though. You still behind me? Yep. Excellent. Now I've only got a little ways to walk here. Up, came disconnected. These things take fall damage? Probably not. Okay, now I can actually go ahead and breed these suckers. Alright. We got 3 females and 1 male. Hopefully they can keep each other company. My mom drops. Okay, there we go. The straw would go in plants. I guess I'll throw the sugar in here since I can brew with it. I'll plant these later. Probably want more potatoes as well. Okay, now I need some nuts to breed these guys. I probably want to use like some of the rarer ones. And we're gonna see what happens. Now I want to make sure that I don't try to breed 2 females again. That's a male. Okay. Oh, that worked pretty much instantly, I guess. So let's take a look here, because I mean, newborn will need to be tamed, similarly to taming a wild chocobo, and it will take some time to grow up. Till then, you won't be able to ride it, mate it, or look at any of its stats. Although it won't be able to eat as much as a sitting adult, newborn stats will be the average of its parents, with added variations based on which nut, bean you feed them, as detailed here. So it looks like these Zeo nuts gives me max run and max sprint. Occasionally much higher than. Sometimes max run is instead much lower than the value of the higher parents. So it takes the maximum, run stats of, one of the parents and the max sprint, but occasionally it might be lower. Okay, I'm trying to like work out the mechanics of this. Although modern chocobos have no water or air maneuverability, their very recent ancestors were able to swim, glide, and sometimes fly. A careful and meticulous breeder may be able to induce those genetic traits to resurface. The journey to getting off the ground begins with one of the two rare nuts, the carob. Okay. Under the right conditions, breeding chocobos with carob nuts will produce chocobos with new abilities. Now, I think I get these sort of rarely. First of all, let me tame this little bastard here. Okay. I think I've gotten a few carob nuts just as drops from other mobs. So probably put this in food and these Zeo nuts. But I think usually I just straight up eat them because I don't know what I don't know what the hell that's for. I mean, I'm just saying if I can eat it, then I can get it out of my inventory, then I'm gonna do that. Carob nuts. Okay, let's read on here. I've got 6 of them. So I was beginning to worry whether or not did they completely nerf the Chocobo mod? Was there gonna be no more multicolored Chocobos with different abilities, or did they just entirely replace it with this new breeding mechanic? Okay, so we got the blue, green, red, white. Certain wild Chocobos have a gene that guarantees specialty offspring when sped carob nuts. They're hard to identify, but they start with these stats. So, as one would expect, if I only use one carob nut, then that cuts the probability in half. Carob nuts are dropped by creepers. Okay, so that's how I've been getting them. And they'll sometimes be sold by certain villagers. And blue plus green equals black. Red plus white equals pink. I don't need a carob nut to get black or pink. So guaranteed that the parents have exceptional stat, otherwise very low chance. Okay, so this is interesting. So I think just to save the carob nuts, I might try to use the param nuts next time. And what did I use this time? I think I used some these luteal nuts. What are those? And they've super complicated this. So there was a low probability I was going to get an interesting color. Do I got param nuts? I do. See, I wonder if I could try again. Try to fall asleep first. I don't know, how long does it take for them to be ready to breed again? That's a female. That's a female. That's a female. And that's a male. Are they breeding again? Oh, there's another one. They look like they're about the same color. Well, they're tamed now. So I guess it's just a matter of getting more of these fruits. And I guess I forgot to explain. Well, where do I get all these fruits from? Well, you gotta grow these Geisel garden plants. Yeah, like so. I've got magnetization on my bow, so I just bring all those over here with that. It's gonna take me a while to get like the hang of all these changes. That's for sure, I think. So yeah, this is a lily pad of fertility. Look how fast everything's growing back. Just see it by its particle effect. Yeah, so we're moving at decent speed here. I might need to put more lighting up here because it looks like some of it, well, okay, everything's doing okay, it looks like. Like I said, the barley is nice because you don't get any seeds from harvesting it, which is kind of inconvenient if you're trying to, get a plot with a lot of these. But like, once you have all your, once you have enough of these planted and you no longer need to look for seeds, you don't have to worry about them keep cramping up your inventory. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, if these were just ordinary wheat plants, and my inventory would be like cluttered up with all sorts of, seeds. I wonder, because I know, anything vanilla-wise that you'd use wheat for, barley also works. But I wonder if it like works with all the mobs. I can make barley flour, and I can make cake. And I could smelt this flour into bread. But the barley flour only takes one piece of barley. So this is interesting actually. So I'd have to do that, and then I'd have to maybe like use up 8 coal to get a stack of bread. But I'm fine with that. That's neat. And I have like sort of this decorative little island right here. I think I might just, once I finish planting my potatoes downstairs in the basement, I might just make this like a decorative little island with just plants on it. See, there's one of these blue slimes here, and I'm pretty sure you can't get slime pearls from these guys. You can get blue slime. You get blue slime, which I believe is edible. It was edible in the Hexxit. It still is, I see. Nice, nice. Oh, but this gives me slowness for 40 seconds. Slowness, I didn't realize that. And the jump boost, so I'm kind of moving like a slime. Yeah, there's 2 more Chocobos here. It's fair for me to put these in, in food. I'll cook up these clams just to do something with them. Now the slowness is over. So you look at that, it's, this entire plot, the first half with the lily pad of fertility is all grown, and that last plot over there without the lily pad of fertility is still coming in. So it's like a substantial speed up. I'll just put this in the food drawer. Now let's see how these Chocobos are coming along here. Did any of them grow up? One of them did, maybe. That one's, this is like the really fast one. So that one's a definitive keeper right there. That one's exceptional. That's the male. I'm not killing him one way or the other. And I might just kill this one. I hope these don't decide to hate me now. That one's stubborn. I don't like stubborn animals. Well, that was kind of a mean thing to say, but. Snake egg. I smell the snake egg, I get an omelet. Huh. Convert these shards into a emerald. Why not? I don't know what I want to do now. Maybe going at this for 40 minutes. Maybe I'll try to construct this, lantern. I'm gonna want some more of these. I'm gonna want to grow some cactuses here. That's for sure soon. Because I want to have a steady supply of these. This dye, maybe for a special building project. Kraken shell fragment. All that nasty stuff from a kraken spit thrown on your enemies drains life on strike. Absorbs drowning damage at the expense of hunger. That's interesting. Because I've got one of these things I've got is I got this bauble. It's a pyro amulet which absorbs some fire damage. well, yeah, which is nice. But I also have this thing here called a angelic feather. Like we have these golden feathers in Hexxit, which prevents you from taking any fall damage. And for some reason, likely through a glitch, they would never deplete in durability. But here, you know, they still have the golden feathers, but they deplete in durability stupidly quickly. But these angelic feathers, these have infinite durability. They protect me from fall damage, all fall damage, at the expense of taking a little bit of hunger. Like the amount of hunger that gets taken is pretty nominal, if I'm being honest. So yeah, no, this is definitely better. The only downside is it gives you this permanent jump boost, which is kind of, more often than not, obnoxious. So how do I make this a lantern? I need a blaze heart. I've got a few of those. I think I needed some glass. And 3 iron. Accidentally took one too many pieces of glass. Shit. So let's see. Let's test this thing out. Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be like placing torches. Oh, I got a shift right click. Okay. There we go. That uses up kind of a lot of torches, but that's okay. And I'm already out of torches. That's not half bad. I'm tired of having all these monsters crowding around my house and cramping my style. I hate having my style cramped on. Who let this bastard in? These are interesting. These are essence berries. You can find these in caves, and they grow these berries that give you free XP. They're pretty nice. I need to get some more of those. Is there a zombie living up there? Probably. Yep. And give me another one of these fucking swords. The mod is called Infernal Mobs, and it's stupidly fucking obnoxious. Like, you know, they take all of, like, what's the most obnoxious abilities that an enemy in a video game could possibly have, and you know, these mobs got those abilities. Like they sometimes they can like randomly just like do a shitload more damage. Sometimes they regenerate nearly instantly. Sometimes they're pretty much like impervious to swords. Sometimes they will light you on fire every time you hit them, even with the bow and arrow. Sometimes they'll give you blindness every time you hit them. It's really obnoxious. And sometimes they throw fireballs at you. That's another really horrible one. Or or you might they might like put a cobweb under your feet. And every time when you do beat them, they'll give you they'll give you shit like these giant swords, and they might have like, you know, an enchantment or two on them randomly. But I mean, like, okay, that's pretty nice in the early game when I'm just trying to like get some supplies together. But like at this point, is that useful? No, not really at all. In fact, it's just more BS clogging up my inventory space. Inventory space is stupidly valuable, you know, in these mod packs where there's just so many items to come across. And I guess I have all these books, these sort of like random books. So I don't know. Some of these have like stories in them which are kind of interesting. Some of these come from the Twilight Forest and aren't like actually useful to like progressing with the game, but some of these are interesting. Like this is called The Scariest Video Game Ever, and I've read the whole thing. And there seems to be some issue with rendering some of the text, but basically this is a story about like, you know, like some of this text hasn't rendered well. Like this is like this backslash lowercase n. That's supposed to be like a new line character, so it's, you know, that's supposed to like tell the, you know, computer that you're supposed to like put this on like another line down below. But it looks like that didn't get rendered correctly, which is interesting. But it's basically like this guy, he's like talking about like this video game that just like scared the ever living piss out of him, and basically towards the end he's sort of like, yeah, just go ahead and try it for yourself. Google the word Pac-Man and you'll find it on the first search. That was kind of like a nice twist. 101 things not to do. Don't walk into a cactus. Don't eat canned foods that are bulged. Is this like a real thing? Like if canned foods are like bulging, I'm guessing that might be like a sign of like gas buildup, and that you probably shouldn't. But is that like a thing that actually happens? Don't run across a busy highway in my underwear. Don't stick a paper clip in an electrical outlet. I'm thinking, you know, it'd be like a really good idea for like a YouTube video of me not playing video games. Maybe I could like try to do all of these things. I remember there's like a really old Mr. Beast video. I don't watch Mr. Beast, but I saw it, you know, with some friends. He tried to eat like an entire glass of water with a fork. Did he or that might not have been Mr. Beast. That might have been some other asshole. Don't give weapons to children. Don't whack a sleeping bear with a 2x4. Maybe I shouldn't make a YouTube video doing all these things. First of all, like I said, I live in Illinois, so and I think whacking sleeping bears with 2x4s. Don't walk into a village waving nunchucks. Yeah, don't drive off a cliff. Don't use numbers in baby names. Don't eat gunpowder. I guess, like, you know, don't be a cannibal unless absolutely necessary. At that point, I think I wouldn't be able to put this on YouTube. I'd have to put it on Live Leak or something. Don't pronounce Shih Tzu incorrectly. the last one. Don't finish reading this book. Dang. Well, I guess I didn't finish reading it. I skipped a bunch. Don't keep heads in your closet. I wonder if I could do these in Minecraft. I do a lot of these in Minecraft, but I can't do all of them. Ha ha, you are a mega loser. That's cool. Yeah, I'm bored now. I'm gonna end this bullshit.